Hello everyone, today we're going to learn about the style and color changes in Matplotlib and Seaborn. Since it is, a large topic, I have divided it into two parts. Namely, the first one will be the style and color changes in just Matplotlib and not in Seaborn. And the second part we get in the Seaborn. Got it? So before starting the proceedings, I just want to introduce myself to you. My name is Isaac and I'm from PBSIT. It's an institute for engineering in South India. Okay, so before going into the topic, I want to just give a small introduction, just like a small formality by showing you what is the importance of the style and color changes and what is the importance of this particular application. Okay, so I'm going to move to the next slide. Okay, so it's the introduction, which I'm not going to go in detail because my concept and my title that I should teach you is not primarily about this. Okay, so Matplotlib is the most popular data visualization library in Python. Of course, many people have this doubt that is only Python the language that has to be used in this particular one. I'm telling you, you can use R language, and there are many languages and there are many scripts. But the reason it is the most popular data visualization is Python is the most user-friendly language. Secondly, in Python, the syntaxes are so user-friendly that even if you need not have more basics in the syntax. It's not really tough like C, C++, or Java. It's very easy. It's user friendly. So that's the main reason we are using Python here. And it allows us to create figures and plots and makes it very easy to produce static raster or vector files without the need for any GUI. And the GUI stands for graphic user interface. And this you can learn a lot if you're a Java programmer. Okay, that doesn't mean the Python doesn't support GUI. It is part of the GUI. For example, you need bar graphs. You need to plot something. That's what we call a graphical user interface. And this GUI is playing major majority of role in today's software field. Okay, so if you look into the next pair, good visualizations also help us communicate your data to others and are useful to data analysts and other consumers of the data. In this course, you'll learn how to use the Matplotlib, a very powerful Python data visualization library. It provides the building blocks to create rich visualization of many kinds of data sets. See, it is said that there are building blocks. So, for construction of any building, you need blocks, which I termed it here as building blocks. And they're very, 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 very much important when you're a programmer. See, I have quite good experience in this machine learning projects. And you know what? Many people fall at this step. They don't try to understand the syntax properly. To understand the syntax of a particular function, you should know what is the usage of that particular function. Okay, since many people, I think you might some of the colleagues I have, they might be explaining you how to plot, how to do different types of to perform different functions in there. In this software, I'm going to explain to you how to make the style and font changes. See, you got them. You know how to you plotted a graph. Let us assume you plotted a bar graph or something like that. Okay, so now why this style and color changes are required? Okay, so you have an information. Example, let's take an Excel sheet. From that Excel sheet, you made it into a bar graph or any other thing like that, pie graph, etc. But why do you need this color changers and the change of fonts or the change of style? Okay, that we're going to discuss in detail. Okay, that is our main concept here. Okay, since I hope you all know how to do at least a basic programming in this particular application. Okay, so let me show you what's the importance. All right, why then style and color changes? It gives us an easy understanding, easiest of the all understandings. You can, for example, if you have the color difference, for example, we look at the globe, we see the 7 continents. To differentiate the 7 continents, in majority of the world maps, each continent has its own color. If you look at the Olympic rings, okay, there will be 5 circles. 5 circles, differentiating the 5 continents. Of course, Australia and the Pacific belongs to Asia in the Olympics, even though it's not right. But it really shows the difference. That's why whenever you see the color difference, you can easily understand. Okay, that's the reason many people support this color difference apart from the black and whites. Okay, and finding out the differences easily. So let's take an example of a pie chart. In pie chart, you can see the differences. There will be different sectors. See, if all have the same colors, of course there will be lines separating them, but it doesn't give a clear way of noting them. See, you have to look in deep. If you look at most of the textbooks, while printing, the lines do get off. Okay, so that's why it's easy. If you have the color differences, it's very, very, very easy, and we'll learn how to do it in a practical way within a few minutes. And it's a better way of communication. Key points can be easily noted, friends. This is one of the important things. Easily noted, and they're really attractive. Okay. And I'm going to tell you 2 to 3 practical references. I'm going to take you to the project directly. Okay, because I don't want to waste much of my time because in the theoretical part, since I'm not assigned with the theoretical part, it's better you try to apply it in practical, because that is where actually your application of your knowledge lies. Okay, I'm going to show you one more slide and I'm going to leave it. Okay, the practical reference of this Matplotlib is going to be it is used in statistics, and majorly in today's world it is used in machine learning and artificial intelligence, the data science and data visualization, desktop GUIs. The desktop GUIs, they're it's like you take an old shoe, polish it, make it new, and sell it. In that way, they are the desktop GUIs. CAD applications, embedded applications. Many people think just MATLAB is enough for these embedded applications. I'm telling no. MATLAB is a basic. Yes, it's important. Yes, but it's not the entire. Needed for the embedded applications. Okay, the self-driving cars. This is something which is driving us really forward. Even we got many projects about this. When I was doing my self-driving cars project, I failed nearly 14 times. But the 15th time, there will be many constraints. The first thing is it must be able to, even if it is something like 1,000 miles away, with the red signal on, it should stop at only the place where the vehicle before it had stopped. We are trying to make many applications about this. See, And if suddenly someone comes, the car should stop. It's like an artificial human, I should say, is operating that. Okay, and I don't want to discuss much about this, but it's very, very, very generalized and one of the best applications. Okay, and then in report making. Okay, friends, now let's go to the projects concerning the style and color changes in Matplotlib. And in the next part, I'm telling you, in the next part, I'm going to tell you about the style and color changes in the Seaborn. So they're not separate actually, but some of the applications really vary, and that I'm going to show you here. And let's go into some of the practical examples I got here. All right, so many of us has got this one. Okay, sorry. All right, so let us take a practical example, and let's plot a graph. Okay, so I'm going to import, so something like error message. Right. All right, so let's look at a practical example here. So let's begin with a small example to make sure how the color and style impacts the entire application. Okay, so let's take a simple program. Import. I think this is one of the major syntax that you should know in order to begin a program. Since we're using Python, I'm using here, like pyplot. Okay, so this I'm going to plot simple. It means x-axis versus y-axis. It's a simple graph. Okay, so I think you should know by now how to plot 2 points. It's not since I mentioned the function is PLT, I'm going to take PLT.plot that. Let's take few points, 1, 2, again 3, sorry, 4. Let's take the y-axis points as 10, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so I just would now the Matplotlib as plot just to give the number of points. Okay, and now let's give the output. Okay, sorry, it's not so, it's show. That's right. That's good. So the first thing I'm going to describe from this model is I plotted few points, on x-axis with respect to the y-axis. Okay, now I'm going to add something like I'm going to add a statement to this program, and let's see what will be the answer. Okay, I'm just not going to reveal it, but I'm just going to do this. Wow, see, before the line that you can see was blue in color, now it turned pink. Okay, so the syntax to write the color for any plot is color equals to, and you have to write the color. Remember this, it is not for all the cases. Okay. And okay, so I forgot to mention a point. Whenever you want to declare something, in the software language, we call it as a string. String means it's just a sequence of characters. Okay, like A is a character, B is a character, pink, green, India, Pakistan. They're all a sequence of characters. They should be always enclosed. Remember this point. They should be always enclosed between single quotation marks. If they're not enclosed, I'm going to show how it's going to be. I'm going to remove it. Okay. Now let's run it. See, you get an error. That's the reason they should be always written within single or double quotation marks, and it's very, 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 very important. Okay, so now I showed you how to declare the color for any graph. Its color equals to, yeah, it's a color. So some people get this doubt. Are there any standard colors or something like that? I'm telling you, not the standard colors, not like that. For example, I remember this. Many people are not familiar with this color that I'm going to show you here. Indigo. All right. Bang. It's getting a new color. Okay, so let's look at some of the colors. Like, I typed green. Then what about dark pink? That's it. Let's run it. Oh, sorry, it means no space. That means there are only few colors. Since you're getting an error here, which means there are only few colors. The colors here are, they're declared or they're predefined by the Jupyter Lab here, the application that I'm running it now. Okay, instead of that, I'll remove this. And what about this? Dark green. So you get the dark green. So dark pink is not present, but dark green is present, which means there are a set of colors which are predefined. Okay, so I showed you how to change even the colors. Then what is the default color here? You get the answer just by removing this. I'm not mentioning any color. Okay, I think at the starting of this plotting, you might know this answer. It's blue. So remember this: the default color which you want to do, okay, which is parted without any intervention of the user, is blue for Jupyter Lab. Got it? And it varies in few other software, but here the default color is blue for the Matplotlib too. Okay, so I'm going to, since I'm not a blue favorite guy, so I'm going to change the color. Color equals, what about black? Let's run it. That's it, black. See, there might be a few problems for some people. The line, the plotting of the line is not, that good visible. So how to expand the line? For that, the Matplotlib provides us a great option to do it, and that I'm going to show you here. It's as simple as that. Say, comma, line width equals to, it's a line width, and it, the syntax, the basic syntax is line width equals to something number. Okay, the number should be non-negative, and it should not be irrational, but it can be from any set of whole numbers, and it also can include a decimal numbers too. For example, line width equals to 3. Let's run it. See, it'll expand it. What about line width equals to 30? Let's run it. Look at that. Okay, so I'm going to even show you examples of a decimal point, 0.5. Try it. See, so width about 0.9. Run it. See, but that's not much major difference here. What about I give you a character? See, let's run it. You get the error. So the line width should always be assigned to a number. Okay, I don't like these errors, so let me take. I think the best one is going to be 3. Let's run it. Okay. So I'm going to show another feature. But before going to the next feature, I'm going to tell you. See, colors, numbers, line width, everything is going to be displayed in the output, and they have to be always displayed at the output where you're defining the output. Okay, you just can't declare the color in input, and I'm telling you, it gets a syntax error. Got it? So it should always be plotted in an output. Okay, so next I'm going to do this one. I'm going to scatter a few points. Okay, scatter. What about 0.2, 1.1, 2.3, 5.7? Okay, and then against biplot 11.2, and then I get 25, 9. Sorry, I used single quotes. See, except for the color, if it's under a single quote, it indicates that it's a string, and it is always red in color in this particular software. So I'm going to remove this comma. I'm going to take 925, right? Okay. Of 9, I'm going to take comma 26. Right, I'm going to run it. See what it does. It's an error. Because what? I know I didn't put this full stop here. Okay, it's my error. Sorry. See? The dots. So since I told you how to change the blue color, so now let's change the blue color here. Color equals. Now let's go with orange. All right, let's run it. Orange there. Okay, there. So by this we understood how to change the colors and how to change the line width in a given plot. Since it's a random plot of irregular shape, irregular size, I'm not going to go much deep about till here. Okay, so now let's take the example of another chart. Okay, for that I'm going to use another cell here. All right, I just want to scatter the points. I just don't want the plot. I just want to scatter the points. Okay, for that I'm going to use this. So I'm not going to apply. I'm just going to scatter it. So let's take another example. Okay. Sorry. Whatever number. Let's take a figure. The figure here is just a random figure, okay? So just don't worry about that. I'm going to apply PLC.figure off, and then And I want to take something like an x. You can take any of the variables, and it's going to take here x. It's going to be flexible for me. It's going to be a number or something like that. So here, it's random. It's going to add a lot of. It's going to take random numbers. All right. Since I just want, I don't want line. I don't want something like that. I just want just a figure type thing. Okay, and I just want to scatter them all because I want to show you how it differs from a normal plot. Okay. So I'm going to scatter these points by using the keyword scatter. Remember, keywords are very, very important, and they are case sensitive, which means the capitals has to be in capital, short has to be in short. Okay, scatter off. I'm going to use this. I'm doing art. I'm going to use few random numbers. All right. These are okay. So a few of the random numbers next and axis, and then I'm going to show you that. All right. So let's run it. Oh, we got an error here. So what's the error? Okay. So we just took a number here, and I just add the subplot of it and X scatter. Okay, and then I took the line spheres. Yeah. The few errors here, which I'm not going to take as thing here. Just look at the plots. ELT, okay, good. So the scatter. It's going to be a real good thing because we can understand here where our mistake has been. No. Sorry, I was trying to. No, okay, but not DS now. So the reason I'm bringing few errors here is to make you understand the mistakes I do. See, these mistakes are, you may think it's voluntary or not. That's not the topic here, but I'm doing here because you should know how it's going about. Okay. Because if I do mistakes and if you get the same mistake, you must be able to rectify within a few minutes. Okay, so I just want to brief up some of those. Okay. Okay, it's good enough here. Figure. Come on, man. Where's the problem? Because, I was trying to do some of the things. All right, so we get back this. See, the error that I have done is I just put a character between the access point. Okay, so whatever it may be, The error is 55 now. And now let's look at this. I'll just put for some random points on the x-axis and y-axis, and I'll plot it against each other. So now the question is, where should I place the color? Since I mentioned you early, it should be at the output position where they need to be scattered. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to comma color equals about this time I'm going to take red. Just run it. So we get red. And the next feature that I'm going to add to it is going to be, since there's no line width, I'm going to do one thing here. I don't want these points to be, you know, they're dots, but I don't want dots. I want, you know, something like plus or something like, you know, a diamond shape or something like that. For that, I'm going to use another keyword known as marker. This marker equals, this also has to be written within the single quotes. Okay, so what about plus? Let's run it. See, we got the plus. I don't know the plus. I'm going to take comma. Let's run it. We get, what's this? It's not comma. Okay, it's just, it is known as a pixel marker. Comma is known as a pixel marker. Okay, in that there are many markers. You know, you can take a point marker. Sorry. All right, so point marker. I'm going to run it. So we got a point marker. Okay, so I'm going to take this point marker out, and I'm going to keep, you know, let's be V. See, you got a triangular shapes. Okay, so there are many. You can use, you know, the power symbol. You know, so A to the power B, B to the power C, like that. Let's run it. Get an upper triangle. Like that, there are many markers. I'm not explain all the markers now, but I'm going to give few examples now. It's point marker, dot, comma, pixel marker. If you type O within the single quotes, it's going to be a circle marker. V, it's going to be an upper triangular. And if you invert, that's the power one, we get a triangle up marker, and the before one is a triangle down marker. Greater than, less than are going to be left and right. And then what about typing few numbers here? 1. Let's run it. What? Is it crazy? So we get, see, the 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do only the 4 numbers, and then you can get these shapes here. Okay, there are 1, 2, 3, 4. You can use S and P. S for square, P for pentagon, H for hexagon, and then for diamond, I'm going to do D. Let's run it. Diamond's there. Nice, beautiful. I like it. So in this way, you know, there are a lot of markers, and you can do the best. Okay. So now you understood how to do it, right? All right. I told you how to go with the color variations, how to use markers, how to use the line width, how to use the line space. Okay, so now let's go to another program. Okay, we completed a graph between x and y axis. Now we just scattered a few points. Now let's go to another program in which we are going to, like a mathematical one, or let's take the example of a trigonometry one. Okay, so import, sorry, I missed something like that. Is it okay? Yeah, sorry. I think by this time you might also know about these trigonometric functions. Right, let's bring this one down here. Yeah, thank you. Oh, why isn't it stated that? See, the basic one is just get import in this way, not in this way. Okay, so when remove this, it's not a cell here. If you need cell, you get in this way. Got it? So if I use enter, or you can go here into the cell below, and there you get this columns. Then you're ready to program in that. Okay, or else you're going to continue and it's not going to be executed. It's just like the comment lines. Okay, so let's go here. Import. Now like it's green in color. That indicates you're working on a new cell and it's actually working out there. Again. Now I'm going to sorry. You can use any other words. It's really convenient to use PLD. That's the reason I'm using it. Okay, now the x-axis, x equals to. I'm going to use the line space, something like 0, 10, 100. And for the y-axis, I'm going to use here, since I'm using a trigonometric function, I'm using it like, sine. Sine is good, right? Sine of x. So the numbers that I'm using, the values of the x are from 0 to 10, 100. And, the y equals to sine x. Okay? In a mathematical way. And now figure that. Figure out axis. I'm going to represent, between x and y axis. Got it? So subplots of. I think you know this one too. And then give a line 1 and line 2. So what about this line 1 and line 2? It's going to be as simple as that you're going to mention about. I'm going to plot these points. It's going to be best one as per. Okay, so x comma y. So I'm going to be x-axis and y-axis, and I'm going to label them as label equals. What about we define it like set. It's just a keyword like that. Okay, so line. Since it's line 1, look above, it's line 1. So I should define it as line 1 and not as line. Line dot set. I'm going to set it. Sorry. Okay, so set. Okay. Set. And then this one. 2, 2. What about 10 and 2, something like that? It's going to be good, right? And now I'm going to take another line because, I just want a trigonometric function in 2 lines to go in parallel. Line 2, comma, equals, get a x, plot of, there's going to be a few more lines. It's going to be, I don't know much about that, but I'm going to use this. I'm going to take x, y, and since I don't know much about it, I'm going to define this functions here itself. And I'm going to use, now I'm going to use another one. It's known as dashes. Dashes equals, because I want there itself to get into dashes. Then into a few points, 6, comma, 3, like that. Okay. And label is used to represent the particular one. For example, if you're plotting against age versus health. Health is on y-axis. The label on y-axis, you have to name it as health, and the label on the y-axis, you need to label as age. Okay, so label, I'm going to label it as live parameter. It's 100%. All right, so x dot legend. I'm going to take instead of doing that, let's just plot it. Okay, now let's run it. Sorry, oops, I mentioned it before. I'm going to bring few errors out there. So I'm going to introduce, before introducing you, I'm going to represent it. Okay, before telling you where the error is, I'm just going to. All right, so we got this. Sorry, I forgot to mention that the dash, the set of the dashes can be represented directly, but there has to use the keyword known as set dashes off. Okay, so I got this parameters this way. Okay, so we got it. You know, it's like a dot line. So by this, you understood how to even change the font style. Okay, so import Ambia Snap, import Matplotlib, all that, and you know, so I got Science All Wave. Okay, so the next one I'm going to show you is it's going to be in the similar way you can plot, you know, the bar chart, the bar graphs, the horizontal bar graphs, and a pie chart. I'm going to show you two more examples to show you the different types of font styles. The first one is going to be a bar chart. A bar chart, you know, it's very simple. Now, as of that, representing a few of the numbers, I'm going to write input. Okay. You know, it's one, and then I'm going to take the labels, and I'm going to show them as a set of characters here. That would be caps lock A1, A2. Okay, I'm going to show you only two. Then how about men versus women? Okay, so I'm going to show men here, and I'm going to take a few random numbers here, 20, 30. All right, and then I'm going to take women. Equal to them as 25, something like 32. Okay. So I'm going to take the figure, you know, x equals, you know, plot sub parts of the center points of the bars and the sub plots, and now I'm going to tell you how to do the bar graphs. Okay, so I'm going to set them into, what if I do here plot? It's not the much categorizing, so you know, it's a little bit program here, so I'm going to do this. I already did this program, and I'm going to show you here because it's a long program that I want to say some of the time here, and I'm going to explain each part of it. So I'm going to show that one for you in a few minutes. All right, so I just gave a small quote about the relationship between the man and women here, and just going to be a few examples out here. So just the man means, the women means, the standard. I took the few points and I named the labels as A1 and A2. And if you look, the two important syntaxes that I'm using here, AX that bar, AX that bar. If you see, I mentioned no color here, no color. But women are getting orange and men are getting blue. You can see clearly here the man is given blue color and the woman is given orange. It's a default color, note it down. The default color for a graph, the bar graph, and for any type of graphs is going to be orange, and for any, a line or a point, it's going to be blue. So that just convert this color. So I'm taking a red here. And then here I'm going to, since we allow pink, I'm going with pink here. Let's run it. So, how's it, man? All right, so you can see the color, but if you look at this one, it's not, it's not red in color. So let's change to green. Then I run it. There you go, green. All right, so I showed you how to make color changes, how to make marker changes, and how to do different color changes. But now I'm going to show you a program. It is also a lengthy program. I'm going to show you directly. I'm going to explain it, and I'm going to show you how you can do a normal program in that way. Okay, so just wait. I'm going to show you the program. All right, so this is a pie chart program here. And I'm going to show you how it's not that easy to represent the colors in this pie chart. So let's run it. What? None of the color I gave here. Okay, so I didn't give any color, and all of them are default colors. This is just a program that I've taken from a random source from internet, and I just want to show you how to differentiate it. Since the colors, labels, sizes are given, so let's also give colors. Colors equals, let's open brackets there. Since I have mentioned you already that it should be between these single words, let's take red and pink, black, maroon. Just random colors, and now let's run it. What? The frogs has to be in color red, but why they're in still blue? Okay, so let's change the color name to get the right one. I want in white. Let's run it. No difference. So this is the final thing I want to tell in this lesson, and it's very, very, very important. It is the only, exemption in Matplotlib that you should use the names of the colors of these, names of the colors for pie chart. Instead of that, I'm going to show you one thing, and I'm going to, assign the code, and then I'm going to explain it. Okay. I'm going to remove this as well. And then, how about this? There's something here that you should really know about. All right, see, now we got a different colors. So what did I changed here to get this one? And what are these FF, FF0066, FF6633, C0, C0, C0? They're actually hexadecimal numbers. You know, for white, the code of the hexadecimal is going to be FFFFFF. And for the black, it's going to be 000000. And all the colors, other colors lie in between. So how to change a normal decimal number into a hexadecimal number, I'm going to show you in this image. See, a hexadecimal number to a decimal number, I'm showing you, I'm not going in deep to this. Just look at this and convert the numbers. And the value of FF is 255, and the highest color for the RGB code, which we said red, green, and blue, is going to be 255, 255, 255. It means FFFFFF for black. And the code for the white color is going to be 000, which means RGB code for that one is going to be 000, which means hashtag 000000. So I'm going to show this image, take it, understand it, and then represent it. For more verifications, you can go to the HTML colors and know more. With that, it's a tough one, right? For pie chart, it's the only exemplary case here. That's the reason I showed you even how to convert. First, you should convert the color code into a hexadecimal code and then represent for a pie chart. Thus, you can conclude the font and style changes in the Matplotlib. Okay, so that's the end of the session. And the next topic we're going to learn is about the Seaborn. Stay for that.